Ramble.
Thanks to Chime Financial, MeUndies, and Upstart for sponsoring today's episode of the TryPod.
Welcome to TryPod. Keith's shirt is big today,
It's
and we
bigger,
don't know what's going on.
and we don't understand why.
So, like, it almost looks like, because this is a shirt. This is an old shirt. It's not a new shirt.
It's a winter. I bought it in November or December, so it's not that old.
It's not that old.
But it's not brand new.
Right. But it looks like stretched, but uniform stretched. And it wouldn't, sometimes my shirts get caught in the dryer, but then it pulls from a singular point.
Exactly.
That ain't this.
It looks like somebody dropped it into Photoshop and fully grabbed a corner and just made it bigger uniformly.
Yeah.
And you said it's not that you're losing weight.
It sure isn't. It definitely isn't. And I haven't worked out in the last 2 weeks because I had Becky's folks in town, and we're also doing construction in the house, so it just isn't it's not conducive for that. I did work out today.
How'd it go?
But I can't imagine I made such progress today that I went down a couple shirt sizes.
I mean, you look huge. Your shoulders look jacked.
No, he looks small. He looks like he's drowning in the shirt.
Drowning in the shirt. It's so big on me.
Now, very exciting. Rainie's joining us today, back in the studio.
Hello.
Rainie, do you have any theories on Keith's shirt?
Yeah, okay. I have one theory, and then I have a question.
Okay.
First theory, is your father-in-law bigger than you?
Is my father-in-law bigger than me?
Oh my God. Rainey fucking sniping like a laser, 360 no scope across the field.
And is he bigger in which direction? Taller?
He's fairly similar size to me, a little shorter. I'm very tall. Let's say he's stronger.
Yeah.
He's got more mass.
Maybe
Not
he
a lot more, really.
needed a shirt really bad to go out to just move his car
You
or
think
something.
he wore your shirt?
And
There's no way.
You don't know that. Maybe when you
pretty
were at
sure.
work one day, he's like, "Ooh, look at me, I'm Keith."
Look at me. It's possible.
He said, "Look at me, I'm Keith."
that he did
wore your
that.
shirt.
It's possible. It's not probable.
He danced around.
It's quite unprobable.
Think about how. Wait, you had another.
You had
question.
another.
okay, well, my question
It
is,
seems
what's
like the theory was a question. If I track it back, you asked me a question.
Yeah.
So what's
Oh,
your
I
next
guess-
question?
yeah? My next question is, what's your workout routine?
And I'm curious about that as well.
Does this have anything to do? This has nothing to do with the shirt. You just want to know.
No, this is just he worked out this morning, and I'm like,
Well, today was my ease back into working out, which means I just played Beat Saber for 25 minutes on the faster mode and then did some push-ups.
Wait, sorry. So, do you go, all right, babe, I got to go work out. And you go in and you're like, you're sort of doing your
You're
thing.
laughing, but it'll get your heart rate
I know
up.
it does.
And I
know.
play, Miles, I play on Expert Plus.
You should live stream it
And
one more
I
night.
also play on Expert in the increased speed option, because I find actually doing Expert in increased speed is a better workout than Expert Plus, because Expert Plus patterns are so dense you actually move less because you have to move very quickly. So it's better to do something else that has more sweeping motions faster.
Now,
That's one thing. But my real workout, so normally I'll do that and then go actually work out. I'll get on the treadmill and then I'll do weights. Today I just didn't have time because I had to do a call this morning. But I wanted to do at least something. And then Becky and I are trying to do walks in the evening as
That's
well.
adorable.
Something else.
Oh, nice.
But normally I'll get on the treadmill for half an hour. Sometimes I do that 3:30 thing, which is pretty good. I like that. And then I'll do maybe 5 to 10 minutes on the rower. I'll do some free weights and maybe jump rope.
You'll jump rope.
Maybe jump rope.
Yeah, that's nice.
Not too much though, because I got really into jumping rope for a while. Got ingrown toenails from it. Because
Just from the pressure.
Yeah, from jumping up on my toes, because I
From
would do
jumping on your toes, the atoms in your toenail went, go the other way.
something about it did it, and
Retreat!
I was really good too. I was getting okay, I'll do 1,000 jumps a day, and I would do 100 at a time.
did you count?
Yeah.
1,000?
Like a lunatic. I would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
That's a
6,
lot.
7,
I don't even
8,
think I
9,
could
10,
count to
11,
1,000.
12, 13, 14. I would actually
Why
count
don't
to
you try
100
it?
10
1,
times.
2, 3. Oh, okay.
So I would go.
You already failed.
I would see how far I can go without breaking, and sometimes I get to 200. And then great, got to 200. Let's do it again. Sometimes I only get to 50. So I'm okay, I'm at 250, and then I'd sort of be doing math.
I don't think I could count to 1,000 only because I would get so freaking bored.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
Nah.
On the pod? Well, there is that. Mr. Beast did that thing where
Yeah.
he counted a lot.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and I could never do that.
He's got a good career.
So speaking of working out and your clothes mysteriously being larger, I've been on my thick boy journey and my clothes are getting smaller.
Hell yeah.
And I've talked about that. I've had to upgrade all my shirts. I've gotten rid of a lot of clothes.
You changed your name to ZACC to match the THICC, right?
Thick.
Thick as that. Thack.
Thack.
So thack.
So
I'm
thack.
so thacky. I had to get rid of a lot of pants. That sucked. But here's the newest update is that none of my underwear fits.
Whoa. Or so the
Yeah.
legend goes.
Zach.
I can't eat that burger. It'll go straight to my dick.
My dick way bigger.
It is the worst experience I have ever endured.
Getting new underwear.
I need to, but I haven't had to buy underwear for a long time.
That's shocking to me that your underwear doesn't fit.
Miles,
How much growth could you possibly have gotten?
I'm between 15 and 20 pounds up, so
That's huge.
The ass is cranked, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome.
at first I was like, oh, I shrunk this pair of underwear. Oh, I shrunk both of these underwear. Oh no, I'm like very aware
Wow.
that it just doesn't fit, and it is I can't explain it. It's just awful. The closest that I can come to is, have you ever worked out in your underwear?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you usually work out with underwear on. For
sure.
You work out and then you like try and just keep your clothes on for a while. You used to go to a sauna in jeans. You know what I'm talking about.
speaking of yesterday.
You went back?
Yesterday. So I have herniated disc, as we know, but I haggled with the person at the gym. I went and I was like, look, I'm not going to work out. It's just not a gym I was a member of. I was like, I'm not going to work out. All I want to do is go into the sauna and then leave.
With my jeans.
Without my jeans. But I was like, can I do this? Let me do this. And she was like, I mean, you can pay for a day pass. And I was like, I'll pay whatever the fuck. And she was like, on the phone, she said $10. And I got there and she was like, well, you've never taken a class. I didn't know you were like not a part of this gym, but like it'll be $40. But I guess I said it was going to be 10.
You got to honor the price.
And she honored the price, and I went and I sat and I sweat my ass off and I went home.
So now you know that feeling where the
you
underwear.
made fun of me for playing Beat Saber.
I'm not working out right now though because I'm in physical pain, but I did sweat my ass off and then do a cobra.
Ooh.
One single cobra pose.
I did a couple. I sweat. It got really, really dank and sweaty, and then I went into the room of the gym where they have the exercise bikes, and I did a couple cobras.
Hell yeah. In between
Now,
the
why
bikes.
only cobra?
Because that's how good for the herniated disc. It's to do a cobra is it can like theoretically you're putting reverse pressure, so maybe it'll get sucked back in a little bit.
Has a scientist told you to do that?
A scientist, yeah, they've been studying me in a lab.
I mean, maybe I have.
You got to come lay on my hot mat.
I do want a hot mat, or I
Yeah.
want to do the cryo. You said it was good.
The cryo is great, but I have this hot mat that basically allows you the benefits of being in a sauna without sweating your dick off. So,
I love sweating my dick off though. Anyway, so you're sweaty, you're in your underwear.
so imagine that feeling post workout where your underwear is kind of clinging to your body. Now take now, and your pants are too small. Everything's too tight.
Yeah.
Now take the moisture away, but keep that feeling. That's what I'm living with. 24/7 over here. It just feels like my underwear is sucking down on
too
the
tight.
loins,
Ugh,
Too
on
tight.
my thighs. And I bought underwear. I don't know if it's inflation or I just been out of the game for a while. Underwear's expensive.
It's really expensive.
Turns out.
Rainie, where are you in your CrossFit journey?
Where are you in your underwear journey? I'm like, no.
My CrossFit journey is pretty good. Usually I just run. So that's why I was interested. I mean, jump rope,
Running
who
is
else is
not
inspired?
CrossFit.
Well, it's part of it, but CrossFit has to have like multiple.
Wait, do you
Yeah.
do CrossFit? I'm about to say like.
No, I just
Feel
was,
like
no, but that's
also,
why I
here's the thing.
asked.
Anyone who does
I'm at the
CrossFit,
beginning.
that's a big part of their personality.
Yeah.
And
I
you've
think
never
that-
been
yeah.
like, I gotta go get some medicine balls thrown at the ceiling for a few minutes. I'll be back.
That's true.
That's a very, I'm not. I think CrossFit is a very good workout, but I also think the people who are into it are like.
But so you do running?
I do the running. Yeah. There's no real news. What did you guys do in high school? What sports did you? Miles?
Sports?
What sports?
Marching band?
You did marching band?
Okay.
Well,
I did marching band.
He
Did you
did.
do marching band?
No, I didn't do marching band. I did.
no.
I did. That's right. 8 consecutive years of modern dance.
That's That's right.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
That's
Have I ever
really
talked about
important.
this?
Miles,
Not enough.
middle
I
name
remember you-
Bonsignore.
Yes.
You did 8 years
I
of
keep
dance?
telling you, we gotta do a tri-staff talent show. There's secrets
Absolutely.
out here.
I choreographed.
I mean, we've all choreographed.
No, but I choreographed my senior year at the winter dance recital. And it crushed.
How do you not brag about this?
People don't think about it, I think, as much as I think about it. But I guess because they don't know. But yeah, I did dance all through middle school, all through high school. My mother is an elementary school dance and art teacher. She's retired now. But so I did dance all through middle school and all through high school. And then I was one of 3 guys in the dance ensemble, and we would do winter dance recitals.
What song?
So many songs.
What was
What
song?
was the song
the
I
capstone,
did?
the capstone.
The capstone song. I want to say that I don't even remember, to be totally honest, but I feel like the one that I choreographed started with something folksy, like Sigur Rós, and then became something electronic, I want to say.
You were in a Sigur Rós in middle school? You're fucking cool.
Oh, I was fucking baller.
Dance teacher was.
Yeah. No. I chose it. But yeah, I did lots of dancing. It was lots of, sort of arms and legs and all that. And then I went to college and I dropped it, didn't do it.
We should do a modern dance video.
You're so tall.
I'm so tall.
That's
and also,
why probably they liked you. You have long lines.
you're right, long lines. And I could lift. So,
Lift.
I could lift a lady.
I mean, yeah, being a straight man in dance
got to
started that.
Straight man.
What's going on with your voice right now?
No, I feel like I'm going through puberty.
I can
My voice
hear
is
it.
cracking.
Yeah, it's kind of lovely.
I know.
Just sounds
But
a little.
yeah, being a straight man in dance was it behooved me.
I bet.
It behooved.
Especially at your shoeless school.
For people who don't listen to the show, they're going to be like, is that a poor joke? It's no.
Miles.
He just went to some
I went to
hippie
a school where some kids didn't wear shoes, but I did wear shoes, but some kids didn't wear shoes.
Did you ever just take off your shoes?
No, but other kids did because they were free. They were nature. I actually feel like Rainie would have done really well.
Oh, yeah.
Rainie,
I mean, I don't like wearing socks. I don't like wearing shoes. I'm anti-shoe even in the winter.
Really?
Yeah. So
Rainey, I give you permission to take your shoes off.
you're barely
She's
wearing
wearing
shoes.
Barely
Birkenstocks.
She's barely wearing shoes.
She's wearing bright
I want
pink
you to be
Birkenstocks.
comfortable here.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more opposite. I love shoes.
You do?
I would wear shoes. I basically put on my shoes as soon as I'm dressed if I can.
Really? And hang on, here's a big question.
Yeah.
Shoe household? Shoeless household?
Right now, our household's a construction site.
Okay, so you shoe.
So all bets are off.
So shoe.
But yes, when it's not like that, I typically take off my shoes. But I'm going outside a lot. So I do have a pair of Crocs that are my go outside shoes, which I like having. But if a perfect world, shoes all day.
I love Crocs. I got platform Crocs from this office.
Platform
man.
Crocs.
It's my inside shoe right now, but I'm about to get a second one. So
The
that I can
platform
have,
Crocs
Yeah.
are your inside
Are my
shoe?
inside
Wow.
shoes.
It's very
So
funny.
you can reach the top shelf.
Yeah, they're the most comfortable shoes in the world,
Yep.
and I want an outside version too.
I love
Yeah, so that's the life I'm living. I have inside Crocs slides. And I, at this point, am basically not living a single moment of my life without some sort of
Croc.
platform on the bottom of my foot.
Really?
Because I just have gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, it's so much more comfortable to be on this cushy ground as opposed to barefoot on my hardwood.
Oh. I feel like I have humongous feet though. My feet are not three times the size of your little tiny
14s over
shriveled
there.
feet.
14s. Big 14.
What do you
over
got?
here.
Size 5 over
And
there?
I got size 2.5.
yeah, I'm size 14. So my feet, I think I just my feet are like
Miles
trunks.
is the biggest man in the company.
I'm gonna be. You guys give me that plaque every
he's
month.
the biggest. We don't have employee of the month. But we do
Biggest
have
man.
biggest man of the
Biggest
company.
guy. But I just like to have my little toesies fly free.
Let them fly. Well, that's why I have them as slides. So my toesies can be free, but my soles can be supported.
Yeah.
You know what sucks? Debt. Student loan debt, credit card debt, all sorts of debt. They weigh on you. They're very difficult. You don't even know where to start. Well, a good place to start is Upstart. Because with Upstart, you can pay off your existing debt quickly and easily and start living your life. If you're carrying a credit balance month after month, it can feel like you're in a never-ending cycle of debt with no end in sight. And Upstart can help you make that final payment so you can get ahead.
If you dread looking at your credit card statements, you're not alone. The weight of debt can be crippling, but Upstart can help you on your path to financial freedom.
Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. So whether it's credit cards, high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date.
You can even receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan.
So find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/tryguys. That's upstart.com/tryguys. Don't forget to use our URL and let them know we sent you.
Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application.
Upstart.com/tryguys. You know those days when the coffee shop is out of cold brew, or maybe the nitro brew, and your air conditioner breaks, and you try to go to the beach, but there's 0 parking spots. You know, everything's just against you. I literally had a day like that yesterday, where everything was against me.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that MeUndies is here to help you take a break from the hardships of the world and give yourself a soft summer. I gotta say, I literally had just a hilarious day where everything went wrong yesterday, and this morning, pulling on my underwear, and I was like, not today. I'm wearing MeUndies today, baby.
Summer is sweaty, but your booty doesn't have to be. With MeUndies light and breathable micromodal fabric, we love that micromodal, you can stay comfy and cool all summer long. Check out their new and improved swimwear styles. They're soft, stretchy, and sustainably made.
MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off. If you sign up for their free-to-join membership, you can apply that 15% off to their already discounted membership prices. So that's a really great deal. So to get 15% off your first order and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/tryguys. That's MeUndies.com/tryguys.
You want to know something devastating though? My Crocs, they were too close to the heater, and they got shrunk and hardened.
They shrank?
They shrank and hardened because
Bring
they
them
were
in. I want to see them.
and so I can't use them anymore
They got
because
baked?
they got baked.
You baked your
I
Cro-
shrinky dinked my
Guys.
Crocs.
How hot is your heater?
It was right next to the. It was like right next to the vent, and it was just.
I know, but like
They're done.
a
They're
heater,
done.
a heat being on normally is like 75 degrees.
No.
What kind of heater do you have?
You think well, it's an old house, but here's the thing. I also
You have
had
a
a pair of like
radiator?
leather shoes that were next to the vent, and they fucking got toasted. And because they're next to the vent, they shrank and hardened.
But what temperature is it?
piping
like,
hot.
Like, can you touch it with your hands?
Yeah,
Then it shouldn't be.
but I think it's
hot enough
consistent.
to bake stuff.
Oh, it's hot. Well, it's an old house. Maybe it's just like a fucking coal furnace
That's not even
down
hot
there.
enough to toast bread.
Yeah, you could toast bread.
You
in
should
there.
No,
do
you
an
can't.
experiment, Miles.
Yeah.
Leave different types of food and see if you can like cook an egg with your heater.
If you
Ooh.
can touch it, that means it's not over like 110
His Crocs
degrees.
are hard now,
I'm
Keith.
telling you, Keith, my Crocs are hard.
Maybe there's something else going. Maybe it's just the air. Maybe it's a drying heat. But it
maybe
doesn't
it's
make
the-
sense.
That makes more sense.
Oh, that makes more sense.
That makes
I
more
actually-
sense.
I think that
Leather,
you're, first
yes,
of all,
it could dry it
counselor,
out.
I think
It's
that you're wrong
skin,
about
it's
it being
flesh.
only 75 degrees.
Counselor,
The heat's
I-
coming out of there.
I know.
sustained.
What I said is that it can't be more than 110 degrees if you're touching it.
Yeah.
So
Have you
110
touched it?
degrees is not hot enough to bake things.
Well, but 110
Because 110, it can be 110 outside.
But you're
in
not.
theory.
But if you left, here's the thing though. If you left your shoes out in 110 degrees for days at a time, they probably would have.
It's a crock pot.
It's
It's a crock pot.
Oh, Rainy.
But
Really good,
if
Rainy.
your heater is 110 degrees, you would be suffocating to death.
no, because it goes on and then it goes off. But the Croc is blocking the heater.
The
So
Crocs absorbing all the heat.
that heat's building up.
Look, we have a result.
we have a result.
The result
How
is
it happened.
hard as clay Crocs.
I just
Yeah.
don't. It doesn't
I'll bring
make
them in.
sense.
I would
There's
like to
some
see
other
'em.
science-minded people listening right now, and they're like, "I'm with Keith."
About what?
And then there's some crystal people out there being like, "I'm with Miles."
I would like to know. Look, we know what happened.
We know what happened.
They hardened.
That's right.
We know where they were next to the heater. If there's another explanation,
Yeah.
please write us.
There just might be another variable we're not hearing
crocshardenedtryguys@gmail.com. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What do you think the other variable is?
I don't
He
know.
thinks there's an inside
That's
job.
why I'm calling it a variable and not. There must be this happening because I don't know.
I'll also say
But as a scientist,
it's happened to several shoes.
Oh my god.
You gotta
Maybe
fool
you
you
have,
once. Shame
what's
on
wrong
you.
with your feet?
No,
Do your feet
it's
emit
not
a
my
chemical?
feet. it's got to be because it's happened to my because it's happened to my leather. I had like a pair of leather shoes. I was really devastated.
Leather to me
Yeah.
makes more sense
Then Croc.
than rubber.
But Crocs are not barely rubber.
No, but they're not any actual organic material.
Yeah, they are.
They
You can
are?
eat-
What
you
are they
can
made
eat
of?
Crocs. You can eat Crocs.
That doesn't mean it's organic.
Rainie, you
Suck
can't
it.
be eating Crocs. We've talked about this. Rainie, you gotta stop
Labs
eating
can
your Crocs.
grow meat. That doesn't mean just because something is edible doesn't necessarily mean it's organic.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're saying organic.
I'm saying that.
Oh wait,
it's
like in a chemistry
what
way.
is
or in
what
like
is a
whole
Croc
food?
made of? And now I'm gonna Google. Can I eat my Crocs?
Rainie sounds like she couldn't, on the daily is sashimiing up her Crocs.
I remember it was like a really, you know those facts when you're little that are like a really big part of your life, like
Crocs didn't
quicksand,
exist
how
when
to
we
get
were
in.
little, but yes, please go
Well,
on.
when Rainie was little.
When I
Yeah,
was little,
yeah.
and that was one of them. It was like how to get out of quicksand, what to do if you're on a desert island, you've got Crocs, you eat them.
Really?
Yeah,
What nutrition?
guys, I have to redact my statement. Crocs are made of the brand's proprietary material called Crosslight. And Crosslight is 100% organic
Suck it,
and doesn't
Keith.
contain any toxic chemicals or chemicals that plastic and rubber would have. But what is it made of? It's a foam. It's a foam. It's made of a polymer,
Yeah.
which means it's made
Is this
of
a good
oil.
video
This
if
is
I-
made out of oil.
It's made of
Made out of crude oil.
By the way,
Whoa,
Keith,
they
you're
sound
cheating
fire.
because we were debating doing it without instructions Crocs, and you're cheating right now.
Turns
Whoa.
out I am.
What is the instruction? Crocs are like a mold.
It's it's a polymer extracted from crude oil.
So they probably good
So
fire.
Crocs are killing the planet.
Edit that out.
Edit
And
that out.
the-
The world can't know.
I love Crocs, and I'll say that I need to get new Crocs. I have banana flavored Crocs, colored.
Me
Crocs.
too.
Me
Me
really?
too.
The banana ones?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
I
I love to wear them.
flavored.
Sarah could not hate them more.
Guys, do Crocs shrink with heat? Yes.
Yes, Keith.
Crocs
What
can
temperature?
shrink from exposure to direct sunlight. That could be part of it. Or from extreme heat, like being stored in your car during the summer. Slight shrinking may be noticeable
Right,
as in
110 degrees.
in as little as an hour.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was. I think it's just because they were by the heater for a long period
So
of
your
time.
heater maybe does spit out air that's like in the high 90s, which is not good.
Piping hot. It's an old house.
Is it a radiator? What kind of heater is it?
No idea. We've turned. By the way, it
Does
also
it
doesn't
pop? Does it go bang, bang,
No,
bang?
you turn it on and it goes, okay, the heat's on now. We're not going to check how hot it is until you're dead. And then you have to turn it on.
You don't have- so you're manually turning on. It's not a thermostat.
No, there is a
activated.
thermostat, but the thermostat doesn't work. So you just have to be like, let's turn it on. And they're like, okay, cool. We're going to pipe it up to 170 degrees unless you do
Okay,
something
Miles, according to this resource, put your Crocs in boiling water for about 30
about
seconds.
it. Oh my God.
And then once they've cooled enough where you can safely wear them, put them back on your foot to stretch them out.
Oh my god.
I'm going to do
Just
that
stretch 'em
when I
out.
get home.
But of course, do not put them directly on your feet, or else you will have boiling Crocs on your feet.
I can
and then they'll
save my
freaking fuse to you like in the beginning of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and then
It's
you can
like-
save the world. That'd be dope.
the Green Goblin.
Do you think that it's a video if I were to a TikTok series where I just prep Crocs in different ways and then eat them?
So this,
Yeah.
the website I was reading said the best way would be to cut the Crocs into small pieces like chicken and boil them so they're easier to digest.
Oh my goodness. That sounds good.
They said you'll feel bloated.
Crocs piccata.
But it's oil, I thought.
It's a polymer extracted from oil. So yes, there's oil in the process.
I would say with
but
my digestion,
You
maybe
shouldn't
it's
eat
not the
Crocs.
best for me, but if someone out there wants to be the next TikTok star, I'll give you a follow.
the mythical guys have to have eaten a Croc by now, right? If it's possible, those guys eat anything that's possible.
Okay, so we should do it. We should beat them.
Okay, Zach, I want to hear your poop story because I have I have beef with some
With poop?
No, with some of you. But I want you to go first.
Rainy.
Oh, this
You
is
have
exciting.
you
Rainie's
beef
delivering
with
beef.
Some of us.
Yeah.
Awesome. I
How
love
big
that.
is the?
So it
us?
has nothing to do with the poop story. You just want to get my poop story out
Well,
of the way.
you said you wanted to tell it, so I didn't want to
Tell your little story, Zach.
Yeah, tell us poop story.
I don't care at all about Zach's story.
I
know, I'm
kind of,
curious
to
about
be
I
honest.
only want to know what you could possibly
Yeah.
have beef with us about.
I honestly just feel like the energy in here is really good. So I don't know if Zach's poop story is going to be crazy or not. In fact, right before the podcast, I got worried because I was like, we have a really silly podcast planned. And Zach was in the kitchen giving just a political speech about how he was sad about the state of the world.
I wanted
was
this
like-
episode for us all to be stoned because
I
it's
know.
420.
I know, but this episode doesn't come out for another week.
I
doesn't
am
matter.
feeling goofy. Thank you. But we made a very wonderful, insightful episode last week.
That's
and
true.
go back and listen if you haven't. And if you said, oh, that seems too serious, it's actually wonderful.
That's really good.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Miles and Rainie who
Thank
crushed
you.
editing that. I just talked for hours and they made it something wonderful.
Also, shout out to Rainie, one of my favorite employees here. Just before she talks about her beef with us, just want it known that Rainie's dope. We all like Rainie. Anyway, Rainie, who do you have a problem with?
Keith, you're safe.
Is it me? Rainey, what's the beef?
It's Zach and Miles.
No way! I would never have expected this.
I want to brew some water, have some tea over here. Spill it, girl.
What could I possibly have done?
Okay, I was doing a little edit.
Okay.
A great episode, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
First of all,
guilty pleasures.
It's so good.
I know what the beef is. I know what the beef is.
Okay. First of all, I just have to say, it's such a great episode. It inspired me to watch Sonic the Hedgehog 1. And I laughed out loud a number of times. It
That's
was
right.
so funny.
This is the best plug for guilty pleasures ever. I don't even care what the beef is. She's just talking about this other show that's great. So go listen to that too.
So then in the middle of the episode, Kelsey says, Ben Schwartz is so hot. And you guys were like, what?
And we
And
scoffed.
I was like, I had to pause, take a break. I was like, this is insane. You guys were so confused. You were like, and she
I
just
gotta
had
look
to
up Ben
take
Schwartz
it.
now.
Now, here's what I'll
She
say,
had to
Rainey.
take it.
I love Ben Schwartz.
Yes.
He's been a hero of mine since I was in high school.
A hero.
A hero of mine. I would watch his sketches. I would go to his website. I would listen to interviews with him.
Because you love Jake and Amir. He did
I
a lot
love
of
Jake
stuff
and
with
Amir,
him.
and I wanted to be Ben Schwartz.
Let's
Still do.
just give context to people who don't know. Keith's looking him up. Ben Schwartz played John Ralphio on Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
You may know him from his improv. He's the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
He was in the Steve Carell Space Show. He's in the After Party. So maybe he's got big old hair.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Funny guy.
Very
Really
funny
funny.
guy. I would even go so far as to say good looking guy. But I wouldn't say that he's hot.
He's top 10 for me.
10.
Man.
Miles,
not
you
a
love him, but
vendetta.
do you think he's hot?
Yeah, I think he's hot.
Okay.
I think he's
You're
hot
clear.
in a very you're cleared. I think he's hot in a like fun, like almost unexpected way.
Yeah, or also a like really attractive way.
I
You just looked him up, Keith.
don't know if I think he's super hot.
Well, I think you have to see a video with him.
I've seen the videos of him. Now that I remember who it is. This picture really doesn't do him justice.
He's goofy.
He's being
on.
hot in this photo,
Come
but
on.
and
Show
it's
me the hot photo.
this one. He's being hot. He's being hot. I don't know if he
He's goofy.
I think
is,
he's
but-
he's looking
He
good.
is in my search history. Is Ben Schwartz single?
And the answer?
Yeah, he is.
So
Yeah, he is.
if he's listening, hey,
Hey, Ben Schwartz.
So who's your top 5?
Okay, thank you
Because I
so
know
much for
Harry
asking.
Styles is up there.
Yeah.
I don't even know because I feel like he's untouchable to me. Okay.
Well, you, by the way, had said that you were confident that you could woo Harry Styles.
No, Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, you're right.
Timmy, I think that's accessible.
But he's also not my.
How old is Schwartz?
he's
Yeah,
like
how old is
30s.
he's probably 35, 34.
John Stewart, number 1.
John
He's
Stewart
a little
is number
old.
1 for hot?
And now old John or like peppered gray John?
I think Silver Fox Daddy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
John Stewart?
He took a break from comedy to go on a farm with his wife.
yeah, I mean that he has a hot personality.
Yeah, he's got
He
a hot
said some dumb stuff lately, but he's
Oh,
still
yeah,
very
he's-
smart.
Yeah, John Stewart is not hot to me.
This is a weird reference for why Jon Stewart is hot, but like, the combo of comedy and compassion is hot, and I'm thinking about the way he handled 9/11. It was pretty hot.
Just let that marinate.
Zach did say he wanted more silence after thought-provoking lines.
And that was really thought provoking. The way John handled 9/11
Was hot.
was pretty hot. I want to put that on a t-shirt with your face.
I guarantee you we would sell dozens of them.
Oh my
The
god.
Maybe
way
a dozen.
the way Jon Stewart handled 9/11 was hot.
Jon
No.
Stewart is not hot to me. If you had said George Clooney,
George Clooney.
You don't
he's-
think George Clooney is
if we're
hot?
talking about an old silver daddy, then I think George
I agree with Miles.
over Jon Stewart,
I think
fucking
Jon
grumpy
Stewart-
Jon Stewart.
Ain't bad looking.
No.
Grumpy Jon Stewart.
He's so grumpy.
What
To
about
me.
Stephen Colbert?
Oh my gosh.
Jon
Really complicated
Stewart.
question.
Jon Stewart's hotter than Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
I like Stephen Colbert's look more. I
think
just
he's
like his look
cute.
more, I think.
There's
What I'm hearing already, Rainie, is that
I'm trying to look up all these
you're
old
attracted
guys.
to a combo of the physical, but also the brain.
Well,
and the
hang on.
emotion.
Because number 3,
Oh.
Young Gravy.
Oh no.
Who is that?
Rainey told me I had never heard of this person before.
Gravy?
We're all
First
taking
of
our
all,
phones out.
What a name.
Rainey told me about Young Gravy, and I googled him previously. Yeah, this is crazy.
Well,
This guy looks like everybody I was in an English 101 class with.
for those who don't
Yeah,
know,
Spanish.
Young Gravy, he's a rapper,
Yeah.
a white boy rapper
He's
from
like a Minnesotan, like crunchy.
He's got a
Like, just
song called
dirty
One
hair.
Thought, Two Thought, Red Thought, Blue Thought.
He kind of looks like if Post Malone and Ed Sheeran had a baby
Uh-huh.
with
Yeah.
a chin strap beard.
You're kind of ruining it for me.
He looks like if Post Malone shopped at Whole Foods.
Yeah, oh.
One of the frequent questions on Google is, did Young Gravy get shot? Number 1, yes, he shot himself in the ass.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, no.
Okay, these Google searches are hard for me.
He accidentally shot himself in the ass.
How?
I'm looking at a photo of him and I'm like, he looks like every young vlogger at VidCon where I'm like, how the fuck is this guy famous?
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a rapper, Rainey?
Yeah, so he's a rapper, and like here's the process. So he has some great songs like, Welcome to Chili's and Shining on My Ex.
Oh my God.
Oops is obviously my favorite one. And
Don't forget about Mr. Clean.
Oh,
and
Mr. Clean.
Don't forget about One Thought, Two Thought, Red Thought, Blue Thought.
Keith already said that.
So I started listening to him sort of like as a joke, and then I was like, obviously repulsed by him at first, but then I was like, actually, first of all, I think these are good songs, and second of all, am I really attracted to him? So then I went on like this whole thing where I was like looking up interviews of him, and I was like, oh my gosh, in terms of the intellect, not well. I don't know. He's famous, so he's probably smart
He's
enough.
famous, so he must be smart.
I think that he's really tall, and my sister went to a concert with him, and she said that he was like really into consent and was like, if I see any of you like grabbing anybody, then you're out. And I was like,
That's good.
The bare minimum. I think the bare minimum for a decent person.
Uh-huh.
Consent.
yeah.
I mean, hey, consent is hot.
How do you guys feel about Jack Harlow?
I like Jack Harlow a lot. I think he's cute.
Would you fuck him?
Yeah, would you fuck him?
Yeah. Oh, I would fuck him.
Okay.
Would
But I
you,
think-
Zach?
Not personally. I'm taken.
Well, now that makes me sound like I'm not taken. You presented a hypothetical to me.
We don't know how hypothetical it is. We're famous.
I
You're
think
famous.
Jack Harlow's a cutie. I think he's got a fun vibe.
What I'm hearing is that you're unfaithful in your marriage.
I'm unfaithful in my marriage, and I'm coming out. 2 things just happened. Oh my God. No, I think he's got a fun comedy vibe. And he's also like, he's doing cool stuff.
Is he in your top 5?
No, I don't trust him. Just don't.
Wow.
There's
I
something
can't say for sure, but I don't think Jack Harlow would have handled 9/11 well.
I don't
Gosh,
really.
I don't know
either.
how much of that's going to make the edit.
Yeah.
I was there.
You don't think that Jack
did. I
Harlow?
wasn't.
That's interesting.
How would you describe Jack Harlow? Like, is he? I don't know that much about him.
The theory
You know
about
that character from Euphoria? What's
Oh, yeah.
Fez.
He's like Fezco with long hair.
I don't know what these guys look like.
That's okay.
I don't know what who
The
that
theory about why Jack Harlow is hot is that he is just the right level of attainable attractiveness where you're like, yeah, I could get him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is so interesting.
That's the prevailing theory.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I think he's also like very confident and smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we have 3 of the names.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Ben Schwartz, Jon Stewart, Young Gravy.
Who else?
My top 5 is only 3 guys.
I like.
Hey, here's the truth. Nobody likes waiting on a paycheck, especially when you got bills due. And there's a good thing, there's Chime, because now you can get your paycheck up to 2 days early with direct deposit.
That's 2 more days to save, pay bills, and generally just feel good about your money situation. But Chime is about more than just getting paid early. It's also an award-winning mobile app, checking account, debit card, and optional savings account. So what are you waiting for? Hopefully not your paycheck. Get started with Chime today. Applying for a free account takes less than 2 minutes. Get started at chime.com/tryguys. That's chime.com/tryguys.
Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer.
I'm nervous to even say this out loud because I feel like I could actually meet him.
Whoa, who?
Do you want to?
We'll help you meet him.
No, I know.
Is he a YouTuber? Is that why?
He follows Miles.
Wait. Oh my God, really? That's cool.
But he doesn't follow us.
I don't know if he follows
Who
you.
is
I don't know
it?
why he follows me.
Who
I'm
is
not.
it?
I
Connor Wood.
Yeah, Connor Wood. He's very funny.
I don't know who this is.
He's a funny TikToker. He's a podcast. He's very cool. I don't know why he follows me, but I think
you guys have kind of. I could see like kind of chaotic internet energy.
No. He's one of he's one of probably like dozens of guys who are me elsewhere.
Yeah, it's an archetype.
It really. It's like we look really similar, and then this also similarly dumb.
He's sort of Matthew McConaughey of TikTok.
He's the Matthew McConaughey.
It's like really.
Of TikTok?
I
think we can make that happen.
Well, but I don't think I could keep my cool. So
What if we invite him in for a podcast? We'll get all the
he
giggles
might
out.
literally my stomach is churning out. I'm like, I don't even know.
We'll get him on our podcast. We'll get all the giggles out, and it'll be like, oh, but that was just art. We were creating art. It was supposed to be giggles. And then at the end, you'd be like, thanks for coming on, Connor. I know that was crazy. Anyway, if you're around and want
Do you
to
want to stick around for lunch?
we're getting
Tender
Mendes in a
greens.
we're getting scones.
We're getting scones for lunch.
But he's also like, I think he talks about like sort of like ghosting friends and like he ghosted Alexandra Daddario.
I'm sorry, what?
Who's that?
Alexandra Daddario is
An actress.
seems much older than him and also way
Yeah.
more beautiful than he is.
He ghosted Alexandria Daddario. That feels crazy. To
And
say.
then bragged about it?
And then bragged?
No, he wasn't bragging. He was like, I like really messed up.
Yeah, that's fully crazy. He's like
Ghosted-
and the level of famous. He's so
this
not.
girl, she's pretty.
Ghosted her like romantically?
No, not romantic.
Or like they were gonna
Like,
like film a TikTok together and he didn't respond.
she was like, yeah, actually, I don't really remember it, but something like she DM'd him because she was a big fan, and then
She's prettier than he is.
no, but see the thing, yeah, you don't get it.
I'm just looking at
I agree.
her and
Alexandra Daddario, who you may know from White Lotus, and or the Rocks San Andreas, where she played his daughter.
Okay,
Great movie.
Yeah,
Andreas.
He parachutes into a baseball stadium. It's pretty dope.
That movie's sick.
Yeah.
she was also in Baywatch.
Yeah.
With The Rock.
And Zac
Right.
Efron.
Oh yeah.
So really riding The Rock's coattails.
And in
I'll go wherever The Rock goes, baby. I'll be in all the mediocre Rock films I can. I would love to be in a film with The Rock.
I would love that.
Oh,
I don't think I'd do it.
Rainie would turn it down.
I would also turn it down.
I don't want to
Really?
shoot in the jungle.
You know what you would turn it down.
Always in the jungle.
Rainie, we want you to be in a movie with Dwayne Johnson. He's so excited about the film.
Unfortunately, he gives me the heebie-jeebies, so I can't attend.
The Rock gives you the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, he's for sure Republican.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm probably.
Like pro-Trump.
The sad
Or-
I don't
news
think
is
he's pro-Trump, but I think he probably is.
He's like a Reagan Republican.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's Republican 1.0.
Yeah, that is true. He is, but would I let him shoot me in the chest in a movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would if I were in a movie, I would want him, the way I die is for him to literally rip my body apart.
Yeah, that'd be cool. He could do it too.
Yeah.
I
Your
want him
body's
to-
not that strong.
I want him
He's
to-
really strong.
Plunge his fingers into my eyes and his thumb into my mouth, rip my head off, and bowl with my head down a bowling lane and get a strike that's so powerful it knocks out all the pins and all the lanes next to it.
That's pretty cool.
That'd
That's
be dope.
sick.
That'd be
Yeah,
really
that'd be a
cool.
sick way to die.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Okay, we still only have. Was that your fourth? Yeah, that was your
That's my
fourth.
fourth. Okay, I've got one more. Who's it gonna be?
It's not The Rock.
It's definitely not The Rock.
I
Seth
feel like
Rogen. I don't know if he makes it, but
Hell yeah.
he's
Yeah,
pretty
he's
good.
hot.
The daddification of Seth Rogen has been a delightful thing to see.
I saw him on Pam and Tommy. He was really good. He was just like, it's peak of his career, I think. And then I saw him on Hot Ones, and he was really cute because he was like, oh, I measure everything, all the spice levels. My wife doesn't like spice, so I just think, is this too spicy for her, or she can eat it?
That's cute.
That's cute.
It's really cute.
Caring.
Becky knows my spice level too. She'll like eat things before I do. Like, I'll see if you can have it. She's like, I don't think you can have that one. Or she'll be like, maybe you can have it, but maybe not too much because it has a building spice.
I do that with temperature. I tell Maggie when her tea's ready to drink.
Oh,
She can't.
cute.
She can't handle temperature hot.
Becky, I can't handle temperature hot either, and Becky can drink her coffee right after it's poured. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how
No
are
way.
you
I want it
doing
to,
that?
I want it
It's
to
boiling hot.
scald and scar me.
I need
way.
it to sit for 10 minutes.
That's why I have the Ember mug.
I know about the Ember mug. I tried to get Becky an Ember mug. She's like, oh, I don't want that. I was like, but you can keep it perfect all the time.
I know, it's really nice. I
I'm
love
like,
it so much.
But that isn't that exactly what you want?
The only downside.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
I
I
want to
made
know.
$4 million from Ember.
You should be sponsored because
No,
I
they
almost
really
bought one.
should.
You almost influenced me.
I know. But no, anyway, I'm not going to talk about it.
what do you have? Do you have hot cocoa, tea, or coffee?
Hot cocoa.
Miles has a big gallon full of hot cocoa every morning.
Do you think I have a thermos of hot cocoa in the morning?
I could see that.
He
I
has-
do. I mean,
Sort of
He's a
Santa
coffee
Elf vibe.
snob. Don't you
I'm
know
a
about his
coffee-
coffee
no, I'm
snob? He's a
snobby.
former
I'm a
barista.
coffee snobby. I love coffee, and I have a lot of it, and I drink it, in the morning, pretty much every morning.
Okay.
Every morning.
Cold
for
brew,
me.
though. Cold brew's back.
It's too much.
It's too much, but I've been doing, you know what I do recently? This has been my sort of return to grace. Keith's face is fucked up right now. I do shot of espresso, and then I wash it down with a cold brew.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
It's a lot, but
to
it
do to
really,
yourself.
it zings me up. Sometimes I'll have a maple scone.
That sounds delightful.
That sounds really good.
Bite of the scone, sip of the espresso.
The maple and
Yeah.
hot coffee.
Exactly.
I just love slurping down hot liquids, even on a hot day. Give
Yeah.
me it hot.
I do the hot coffee all year
I
round.
just love
You can't?
hot.
No, I do.
I generally do. It's
Hot coffee all year round.
And I would rather, like, if I've only drank half of it and it's like lukewarm, I'll just throw some more hot water in that sucker.
Oh, yeah.
Toss it in the microwave.
So that's been Rainie's top 5 hot boys.
What about you guys?
Top 5 hot boys. Well, first of all, John Bernthal
don't
is all I can think about.
Really?
John Bernthal is my new favorite celebrity. Have you guys
Based on
heard-
what?
based on all the
People don't even know who that is.
People don't know.
I'm trying
John
to.
Bernthal. Get ready for your new favorite.
I'm trying to think of like a project to reference.
The Punisher.
Yeah, that's who he was.
John Bernthal's in The Punisher. He is The Punisher. He's also in. He's in like Wolf of Wall Street. He's in a bunch of stuff.
He's
But
like that guy.
He's like that guy. He's in Walking Dead. He plays Shane.
Right.
And he, spoiler, this is fucking a decade ago. He gets killed off of like the second season of Walking Dead. But he has been doing all this press recently. He's on Hot Ones. He's just this really fucking great guy. And he did this thing. He had this interview where he was like, I was in Venice, man. And this guy tried to grab my dog. And so I hit him in the chin because he like swings at me. I hit him in the chin. The guy hits the ground. He's not waking up. He's not waking up. And he describes this crazy thing where he almost kills this guy accidentally. And he's like, if that guy didn't wake up, I was ready to be the devil. I was ready to be the devil. But instead, he woke up and I embraced my craft. And then he became a better actor. It's crazy, dude. He's great. John Bernthal's great. So he's number 1.
That's your number 1 celebo crush. I don't think I'm really crushing on anybody right now to TBH.
Yeah.
You want to hear about my male crushes, right? Female crushes
Hank
gets too.
Green.
Well, he's a forever crush. He's just
Yeah.
a good
I
guy.
mean, he looks just like me.
He
Obama.
does. Obama.
I told Maggie I had a little crush on Doja Cat, and that didn't go over great.
No way. That's so funny.
She was like, okay. Noted.
I mean,
And then I was just like, come on,
Yeah.
look at come on.
I love Doja Cat. I think
She's
great.
hot.
She's hot.
I can't comment.
I think Alexandra Daddario is pretty cute. How now having looked her up and reminding like, oh, I've seen her in a couple things. She's pretty.
She's really
Alexandra
talented.
Daddario.
She's pretty.
I went down to Hollywood the other day. It's been a while since I've been to that
Walk of
trash
Fame.
heap. Yeah, yeah. We were
Put your
going
hands
to
in all of them.
a rooftop restaurant,
Ooh.
and trying to. We went to a nice 5:00 dinner so we could beat the crowd.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
I had a 4:30 sushi dinner yesterday. Rock and roll, bitch.
Rock and roll. You want to avoid the crowd, be COVID safe, go for an early dinner. Rock and roll, bitch.
That's right.
And I was parallel parking, and I hear a clang. A clang, and a guy comes up to me, and he goes, "Whoa, hey!" And I'm like, "Ah, fuck, what did I fucking hit?" And the guy makes me roll down my window. He has this. He's a white dude with an untraceable accent. So it kind of sounded like this, and he goes, "Hey man, just so you know, you ran over a bucket of poop."
A bucket of poop.
And I'm like, "I'm sorry." And he's like, "Yeah, man, you just so you know, you ran over some poop. So you're gonna want to go out to the desert to a real burnout because that stuff." And like he was talking about it as if he knew. So now I'm sitting in my car and we're like, "What the fuck do we do?" This is my poop story, by the way.
This is a thrilling poop
This
story,
is
not
crazy.
all a poop
A
story. I would
bucket.
normally Zach's poop stories are just I had something I didn't realize had paprika in it, and then I
I
pooped. Then I'm like, okay, I get it, Zach.
Zach.
No, this is not
about your
my
stomach.
poop.
Whose
And-
poop was it?
These are the questions that I had. I will say that the story just kind of ends at a certain point. It doesn't go many places, but it's fun while we're here. And so now I'm picturing like a popcorn bucket. I don't know what you guys are picturing. I'm picturing
Picturing a Home Depot bucket.
Same.
See, no, I was picturing something a lot more splatterable, which is a gross thing to say, and I now apologize for it, having heard it come out of my mouth.
You should.
No, I was kind of thinking Tupperware.
Tupperware.
Like something that would crack and have it all over your car.
When I hear bucket, I picture bucket.
Yeah. I hear bucket.
It could have been a KFC bucket. That would be definitely run overable, but it wouldn't clang.
It wouldn't claim, you're right, but I was picturing a KFC bucket, and when he said bucket of poop and it's like everywhere, I'm like, oh God, I have splattered poop all over my car. I'm not picturing good consistency. I'm picturing a non-fibrous diet.
Yeah, of course.
Jesus.
Well, he's in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And are
he's
you
not-
thinking human or are you thinking?
Oh, at this point, based on the guy's description, is defo human.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know how he knew, which means that he had to have seen poop. Because if you see a bucket,
Yeah.
you gotta know that it's poop. Anyway, I get out of my car very carefully. It is a metal bucket,
A metal.
like a tin.
Like a champagne bucket, perhaps?
But a lot more weathered.
Okay.
I think it was from like from a chicken place maybe, but it was metal, like a tin bucket. Anyway, yeah, and there was poop on the street.
You know when you go to a place like Big Wang's and they bring you over a bucket of condiments and it's sort of a weathered steel bucket?
Yeah.
That's what
Is
it
that
was.
what it was? Yeah.
Now I'm happy to report that the poop was in good shape.
Oh.
This guy has been eaten, and it
Jesus.
didn't really get over my car. And I said, Maggie, not only is the poop not in our car, but you're safe to step right on out. I know it's on the side that your door's on, but you can come on out. And she was scared, and I said, do you trust me? And she said, barely.
Not after that Doja Cat reference. Not anymore.
She said, why don't you get Doja Cat to step in the poop?
Why don't you just go to rooftop dinner with Doja Cat at 5 p.m.?
And Maggie said, why don't you say so? And she stepped on out.
And she stepped out, not in the poop.
No, she stepped right in the
then
poop.
she
and, it was- and then
she
she
didn't
slipped
even
and
notice.
fell.
All in the poop. Just covered.
No, we made it out okay. But
That's
yeah,
good.
you guys got to be careful out there. There's
That's
buckets
wild.
of poop.
Hollywood has surprise poop here and there.
There's human feces all over Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's something
it's a
to be
health
careful
hazard.
of.
Yeah.
it's
Rats
sad.
eat it.
She made me put my mask on to go check the car
I think that's not a bad idea.
because she was like, you're immunocompromised.
Yeah, there's poop on the
There's
ground.
poop on the
Yeah, for
ground.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it didn't occur to me, but that's, a little tip for all y'all out there.
I
Yeah.
love wearing the mask in situations where maybe I wouldn't have before,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
I was putting something up into my attic and I was like, hey, why don't I just put my fucking mask on?
Oh, yeah,
It's not
that's
a bad idea.
For sure.
It's dirty and dusty up there, and there's like insulation up there. I'm like, I should put that on.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking, I got masks all the time now. I can do the shit so much safer. I'm leaf blowing outside.
Oh, yeah.
After a dusty time. Mask.
Definitely.
Let me tell you, allergy season, mask up, baby.
Yeah.
It's 1, it's going to protect you from the pollen. 2, no one's going to see that your nose is dribbling all over the place.
Yeah.
So I was tweeting about this, the bullshit last week with the airlines mid-flight telling people to take their masks off. Everyone
Fully
cheering.
crazy. Yeah.
So we could go political Zach, or we could go, we're going to keep it fun. We're going to keep it light.
There you go.
And so here's what I'm going to say. We tried appealing to everyone's humanity and saying, hey, protect thy neighbor, love thy neighbor, wear that mask. Didn't work. People are selfish dick holes.
Yep.
So now we need to brainwash them and tell the world that chins and noses and mouths are ugly.
Ugly.
If you want to be fuckable, cover that face up. Ew, you're showing your face? That is not hot.
Ew.
And then did you see Doja Cat wearing that mask? So hot.
Super
I
hot.
think that's the way that we got to do it.
Yeah.
I bet Jon Stewart knows how to wear a mask.
Oh, 100%. He probably is handing them out at CVS.
Young Gravy.
He's sending him out of the CVS.
Young Gravy's got that customized mask.
Oh, yeah.
Says gravy.
Gravy.
It does.
Good
And,
gravy.
yeah. I'm trying to picture what mask he would wear because I feel like it would be one of those like in his pocket, probably has worn it for a few weeks.
Too long.
Too long.
Yeah, but it counts. It counts.
It counts.
It
It
it's
counts.
better than nothing.
Definitely counts. Randy, did you have any other boots on the ground?
Rainy day thoughts.
Okay, here we
Boots
go.
on the ground.
I'll
What is that
save-
screensaver?
It's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Now that's one of my crushes.
Crisp image
Love
of her
it,
too.
Yeah.
I think she actually might be my number one.
Yeah.
Like emotionally.
Yeah.
She rocks.
Okay, I'll save some of these for later. But Facebook dating.
Is that an app?
What is
No,
that?
so it's a new thing. Does this not come up on your Facebooks? Is it just me?
I'm not on
We're
Facebook.
married.
Okay, so Facebook.
Rainie's friends are all 42. So.
I'm looking right now and to see if Facebook, because I do log into Facebook. It's never told me about dating.
It is. So my thing, every single time I go up, it's like try Facebook dating ? And so I think it's like swiping, but on your friends, your Facebook friends.
Oh,
So I'm like, is this?
There it is.
I feel like that works better, honestly, than a dating app. Isn't that what Hinge used to be?
Hinge
what
was
is
like
it?
friends of friends, I think.
Hinge used to be, well, it was like friends and people. Like there's somebody in your know. You have like a vouch.
Oh, that's huge. So did it do it via numbers?
No, it did it via, you signed in via Facebook.
Wait,
And,
I want to do this. I want to date my friend.
I think it's sort of. I think it's sort of like Bumble, where it also shows you friends of friends
Yeah.
to like be one connection away, and also maybe shows you which of your friends are looking to date.
I'm shocked that it took Facebook this long to do
Yeah,
that.
right.
I'm
I did
sorry,
not-
Meta.
I did not log into Facebook dating. And I do not want it to add me to a dating list.
Yeah, I'm
that
married.
serves
I know.
other people.
So give me more. Have you done it? What can you do?
No, I
it?
haven't done it because I'm so scared of it.
Why
I'm like,
are you scared?
I don't know. Like it seems.
Young
kinda
Gravy might be on
embarrassing.
there.
Young Gravy might be on. Do you think he's on Facebook?
Well, Becky and I's relationship started with Facebook DMing,
What?
and
How
I mean,
is this not-
well, we
how did I
went to
know?
college together, but I didn't start seeing her until after I had graduated,
Oh
and
my
we like
gosh.
saw each other at she came to see a show that I did, and she told her friend that she thought I was cute, and I was like, I think she's cute, so I just sent her a Facebook message because I didn't have her phone number,
Yeah.
and thus began our
Courtship.
courtship.
So when she first responded, do you remember being like, she responded? Did you tell your friends?
Yeah.
Sent screenshots.
That's rad.
Because I think when she told me that Becky liked me, I was like, oh shit, Becky's hot. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, awesome. I thought she hated me because she didn't like me before.
That's true.
Why didn't she like you?
She rolled with a group of friends that were like not friends with my group of friends. You know, it was sort of like cliquey. College is cliquey.
Yeah.
She came in as a freshman and came into a group of people who were in my class, but like not my friends. And they kind of told her that my friends and I were like not cool people. Like we were lame. And then also
In her defense, they were correct.
I don't think they're wrong. But then also like she had come over. There's a whole falling out around a secret Santa that we did where people
classic.
bought booze, and she wanted to like she wanted to store her stuff. She wanted us to get her booze, and I was like, you have to figure it out yourself. And I'm like, I wasn't like
You said that to
super
her?
nice to her, but also like I didn't know her well, and she was
Right.
trying to utilize me in my space to get her something. And I was like, I don't actually know you
Yeah.
that well, so
Right.
I was definitely more of a dick. Oh, and here she wanted to leave it in my house and not have it wrapped for the thing, and I was like, you have to wrap it. And she's like,
Right.
well, what does it matter? I was like, well, that's the holiday. It has to be wrapped.
Yeah,
it's a
right.
Secret Santa. It has to be
Mhm.
wrapped, and she didn't have wrapping materials, and I think she just was like, what does it matter? Why can't it just be in a paper plastic bag? It was hard enough for me to get it because I had to get a 21-year-old to buy it, and I'm like, that's not my problem. You have to have it
Okay.
wrapped.
Wow.
And
Seems like
It seems like you had a whole relationship with her before.
that was that moment.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I didn't think that was a thing for
And then you're like,
just
that's
not
what
to be
people
friends
like.
forever. But
Yeah.
from that day on, she really did not like me.
yeah.
And then also was encouraged by her group of friends that I was in fact,
Mm.
shitty.
And now she's your wife.
Now she's my wife.
That's true.
Got
How
her.
about that?
Got her.
How about that?
How about that?
That is a crazy story.
Which is why
You guys are
you should swipe on your Facebook friends.
Yeah, do it.
I think you guys are like couple goals.
Are we?
Yeah.
I think we're realistic. We aren't like
I think it was a really cute couple.
Yeah.
I think we are too. And we're not like, I don't know. We don't have a very showy relationship.
Yeah, but I think that's
And
a
that's a
nice,
goal.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
You're a
maybe.
grower, not a shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Relationship wise.
We don't do a lot of the cute things that most couples do. We did not get engagement photos.
Mm.
We just we're like, and maybe it's just because we're lazy.
Goals.
It could be goals.
Could be part of it. Yeah.
I didn't really realize that engagement photos were a thing that you had to do. And then I was like designing all of like my wedding invites and stuff. And I was like, oh fuck.
That's why you do
You don't
them.
have
would come
photos.
No, that's why you do them. It's just for the invite shit.
See, we had a friend just make a graphic design thing for our
Yeah,
save the
that's great.
dates and stuff. And
That's
it's like, okay, that works.
Are you doing them, Zach?
We had Eugene do them for us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do the photos?
Yeah. And they turned out great.
He charged
I'm sure
a
he's
lot.
great.
Yeah, he was expensive.
It's really expensive.
You got more thoughts, Rainie?
Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner, I think, have elevated each other mutually, and I love them.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that
Hot take.
it's a hole in one.
Hot take.
Because I think that Sansa's the worst character on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And I like her because of Joe Jonas.
Wait. I think she's the best one.
Worst character on Game of Thrones.
I think
all
she's
she
the
does
best
is
one.
whine and get tortured. It's horrible.
I think she has power in her
worse than
femininity.
Reek.
What? No, Reek is obviously a nightmare too, but like Sansa, the whole show, Sansa is complaining. She thinks she's better than the Starks, and then she gets tortured brutally. And it's like, I don't want to watch this. She doesn't do anything. And then Arya's like, she's the smartest person ever. I just rewatched all of Game of Thrones. And honestly, it slaps.
Yeah, it's really good. How did you feel about Arya killing the White Walker?
Oh, that was
Spoiler.
cool. I know
You're
Zach has like a
wrong.
whole Twitter thread about how it's all bad.
It
but
sucked.
Yeah, it sucked.
You think it sucked? I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, Zach expects media to be good.
Because how else were they really going to kill him? You know,
Yeah.
it built it up so hard. At least they did it and didn't do some like, oh, and now he's, I don't even know.
Yeah,
I think that-
you are right. When you build something up for 6 years or a decade rather, you kind of just want to get it over with quick.
And honestly,
Don't
like
wanna pay
watching
off.
it, watching that last season, after watching all of it again, knowing what happens, it's not as bad because you're sort of just like, oh yeah, like whatever, it's just a show. Whereas at that time, it was everything to everybody.
What I find remarkable about Game of Thrones is that it was the biggest thing in media and has now zero lasting cultural impact. And that is kind of incredible.
I actually fully disagree.
You just rewatched it.
And
That's
I-
why
yeah.
it's on your mind.
No, right. But I think that the importance of a million different characters, like all converging, that mystery, the sense of adventure, I think has had a lasting impact on stuff today.
But I mean the franchise.
oh yeah, well they're about to come out with whatever.
But no one's talking about it. In fact, people right now are listening and being like, oh yeah, Game of Thrones, I did one. That was a big deal.
also, here's the lasting impact. George R. R. Martin wrote the best-selling game of all time of recent late. So
There it is.
Game?
That's the lasting
Game of
impact.
Thrones.
yeah. No, not Game of Thrones.
Elden
It's just
Ring.
a game called Elden Ring that he wrote.
Oh,
Well, he
People
sort of
don't actually like it.
people do like it.
Oh, I thought people didn't like it.
No. It's like one of the best-selling.
I know it's best selling, but I thought a lot of people bought it.
No,
and they
it's
were like,
actually
"That's
the
fine."
best selling.
It fucking
Yes, everyone
slaps.
bought it, but then everyone's like, it's fine.
No, it rocks.
Okay. Is that the general
Miles beat
consensus
the
or just
game.
Miles' consensus?
No, it's considered one of the best of that type of game.
Well, not all of us can have Joe Jonas to make us a cooler, better person.
Yeah.
But you might go to some advice. This is advice that'll go for Miles with your host, Miles Bonsignore.
Oh my goodness.
Miles Nation, bitch, get in here. Miles Nation, bitch, how we doing? This is my name. My name is Miles B, and I'm here to tame the game. Okay, get in your tubs and get your grays on the iPad. My name is Miles B, and I'm trying to get it rad. Sausage on my toes, I'm eating everything and slamming on these hoes, okay? Now we're gonna use a lotion on your face, my friend.
That fun beat.
Take your vitamins.
Rubbing lotion.
Beat is this a public domain YouTube beat?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a
It
fat
was
little
fucking
beat.
hot.
That was amazing
I
and
can-
should go on your Spotify playlist.
Obviously. What's up, Miles Nation? How's everybody doing tonight?
Let's go. Bow. Put sausage on your feet.
Now, I'm wondering if you've ever wanted to be an adult.
You're losing me.
Maybe it's get the new real ID because we need to get that soon.
Adults have a smartness that is really nice to have.
Maybe I don't know, take extra late
And when
night classes.
you think of the knowledge that being an adult can have, you can think of anything
Do your taxes.
that you could possibly do. No, don't do your taxes.
Evade the government forever.
File an extension on your taxes. But no, the thing I want to say is not to get on a Zamboni. It's to have a Negroni. I had a Negroni yesterday,
Which is an alcoholic beverage.
which is an alcoholic beverage
Made
that has a
entirely
funny name.
of bitters, various bitters alcohols.
It's a good
It's like
beverage.
an Aperol-y one, right?
It makes you think. No Aperol. It makes you think
you
that you're an adult. You absolute fool.
What's in the Negroni?
A Negroni is, I can tell you, red vermouth, gin, and Campari.
Yeah,
And a little
that's-
dash of lemon spritz.
Yeah, I hate
But
these
lemon
drinks.
rind. Anyway, but I've been having a Negroni, and I like the Negroni because it makes me feel like an adult. It makes me feel like I'm having a bitter little drink,
Ugh,
and I love it so much, and it's delicious.
awful.
Keith, what is your problem?
I hate bitters-based drinks. Campari is one of them as well. They're just such.
Yeah.
There's such a awful mouth experience, in my opinion. That's like the class of cocktail that I do not like. Don't like
Really?
Negronis. I don't like things with Campari. I don't like things with Aperol. I don't like Aperol spritzes. If they're that weird orange cleaner color, I don't want it.
Orange cleaner. It's
Yeah,
a red drink.
It's orange.
Well, here's what I'll say. A Negroni is a
orangey
nice
red.
little
It's like
treat
blood
if you're
orange.
looking for a cocktail that's not just alcohol.
I need someone out there
Yeah.
to make
It is just alcohol.
There's lemon, rind.
I need someone out there to make a pie chart of how many times, categorize Miles' advice into how many times it's food,
Mostly.
how many times it's
This hasn't been
an
done.
alcohol that he drinks,
Yeah.
and how many times it's totally worthless.
This has been done, by the way.
Yeah.
There's some Twitter user that sent me this chart of it broke down all my advices for what they were, and
Yeah.
I think that person put more work into that chart than I've ever put into
I
any
can
one of these.
guarantee that person for more work.
Okay, Miles, I have advice for you.
Yeah,
If you like that drink,
yeah.
Don't drink it.
Have a martini instead.
have a paper plane instead.
I've heard of this. You
Paper
told me.
plane is somewhat similar, but it's better.
Uh-oh.
It's better, and it still has bitters in it, but it's it's got Aperol, which I don't always love, but I like it in this. It's got lemon juice, bourbon, and Aperol, somewhat equal parts, and shaken and poured in a little the coupe glass.
Oh, yeah, you said coupe before. I've heard that from
It's
you.
good.
Coupe.
Good.
I'll try paper plane.
You'll like it more.
All I wanna do is pew,
It's better.
And
ding, and
take your money.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
We hope you don't run over poop.
I definitely hope you don't run over poop.
Definitely.
And if your name is Young Gravy,
You know what to do.
Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
Hey, young gravy, pour yourself all over me. Picture me as a big pile of potatoes. Hey, young gravy, pour yourself all over me. I am just a big old potato for your love. The TryPod.
And Jon Stewart, thanks for handling 9/11 with such grace.